Yo, Dane, do you know what time it is? Episode 90.
356.
I mean, that is true, but it's also episode 97 of the Until Next Week podcast. And
I was born in 1997.
I was too, and I just wanted to let you know, Merry Christmas.
No, it's not.
Because it is November, the Christmas trees are going up, the lights are on the houses, joy is in the world, and the elections happen. Oh, crap. That's, oh no.
By the time you listen to this, you might have already voted.
This is our last episode. Everything's going downhill from here.
We're
not going to dig into that on this podcast because we're a positive podcast, but we will let you know that today, the day we are recording, it's Joshua Schmidt's birthday.
Yay!
So go listen to the Man Wagon podcast as well after you finish episode 97 of the Until Next Week podcast.
He's 40 years old today. We're so back.
We are back, and we're still back to promoting that we need 100 5-star reviews on Spotify and Apple. You know how to do it. Just go follow the links in the bio, leave us those 5 stars because that would be amazing. Subscribe to the podcast if you have not, and please, before you listen to the rest of this episode, just text everybody that you want them all to listen to this episode as well with you, so you can share joy with one another.
What he means to say is that tell all your friends or he'll find you.
I will find you. We have I know in the Avengers, they're like, we have an army and then
we have a Hulk.
Yeah, we have the Hulk, but we don't have the
We
Hulk.
have a Michael Fuller.
That's where I was going with this. We have a Michael Fuller. So if you do not listen, he might appear at your doorstep at any moment.
Somebody
just so you know.
I was talking to before this said that they ran into Michael Fuller in Kansas City.
That's wild. Who listens to the podcast?
It was the person I was telling you about earlier.
Oh, that person. Mm-hmm.
Jake's Body Shop.
Yep, Jake's Body Shop. Shout out.
Lady friend. What?
Did you have anything else you're going to say there?
She said that she kept trying to figure out Michael, and I said it's best not to do that.
You can't figure him out at all. But if you want to have a better idea of how to figure out Michael, you got to listen to the pod. That's all I got to say. That's all I got to say.
Guess what, guys?
What?
Tonight is daylight savings time.
Which means it was yesterday because we dropped these on Monday.
We dropped these on Monday,
which means it's
every day.
Already happened.
Every day that is the Monday, there's an episode.
Okay.
So you're welcome, world. And
what are you going to do on daylight savings time, Dane?
I'm going to sleep, and then I'm going to wake up and run a marathon.
Man, I can't wait to hear more about it next week to know how it went.
Guess what is in the forecast?
Lots of rain, I heard.
There's an 80% chance of rain and, quote, heavy rain and 35-mile-an-hour winds.
I heard that you're supposed to wear wool socks maybe to keep you warm. I don't know if that's true or not.
I don't believe anybody. I'm running this race.
Barefoot?
No.
How are you going to do it
I'm
then?
going to do it in a sled dog team.
You know, it's not snow.
You don't know that.
You just said, so is it 80% chance of rain, the other 20% chance of snow?
Exactly.
So 0% chance of nothing.
0% chance that nothing's going to happen.
Okay. So you decided not the 80% chance, not a rain jacket. You're going to go on the 20% chance there is snow.
There's an 80% chance of rain, 10% chance of snow, and 10% chance of a Dane victory.
And a 100% chance of a good time. If you're listening to the Until Next Week podcast.
So true.
Yeah.
The good news is I found the email from Bass Pro this week.
Well, what's good news about that? What did you need to know?
I hadn't heard from them until then.
You didn't know that the run was happening? Or
no, I knew it was happening.
What's important about this email?
Like where the packet pickup is, where the race is, what the route is. Are there going to be aid stations?
You know, you do have a person who works with their runs.
I asked
promotes
her.
Them. Yeah. Her name.
She said that's
my sister.
She hates me and doesn't want to help me.
And is that actually what she said?
She did say that. She looked at me dead in the eyes and said, "Hey, you suck."
Okay, I do believe that actually. So shout out Rebecca. You know who you are.
Becky.
No, call her that. She'll hate you. If you saw her at a port, she would punch you there right now.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You mean she'd kill me?
Yes.
Whoa.
That's what I said because you were trying to call her Becky.
That's so true.
Becky. And that's just disrespectful to her name.
Becky from the block.
Different Becky.
Different Becky. Yeah.
What else? What are some other updates you got going this week, Dane?
So my parents were supposed to come in town to said marathon.
Yep.
And
they're skipping.
They called me at 7 p.m. last night. I said, hello. And Tammy said, why are you still up? And I said, because it's 7 p.m. and I'm not.
They're like, what about daylight savings time?
Yeah, I'm not a grandpa. And then she goes, well, your marathon's tomorrow. You need to get to bed. And I said, it sure isn't. It's on Sunday. And she goes, what? And then my dad, you hear my dad in the background. What did you say? It's on Sunday. And I was like, yeah, it's on Sunday. Well, we're just pulling into town. And I'm like, okay.
Yeah.
And I was like, you going to stay till Sunday? No, we have something to do at the church on Sunday.
So did you get to do anything with them while they were here?
No, they drove back. They drove down from Jeff City, which is like a 3-hour drive.
Yeah.
And for those of you who don't know, and then drove back today, I guess. And I'm like, well, they stayed with my stepsister who has a house and an extra bedroom and things like that. And I was like, well,
did you even see them?
no.
That's wild.
Yeah. I'm just like, you guys are ridiculous. I'm like, because the thing is, they're like, oh, I swear it was on Saturday.
They're like, we got the email from Bass Pro. I'm like, no, you didn't.
Well,
you didn't.
I go back to my text with my dad and I go, I sent you all the information. Look at what the information says. Sunday, November 3rd. Every time I've been telling you, I say my race is November 3rd, 2 days before the election. And they're like, well, I just can't for the life of me know why a race is happening on a Sunday and not a Saturday. I'm like, because they have to set up all the stuff most likely.
And also the roads are a lot busier typically on Saturdays.
Yeah.
So they do it on Sunday, so it's easier to shut down roads, which they'll be doing, which will be a pain when I'm trying to drive to Hill City tomorrow.
Hey, I'll be running.
I'm going to hit you. If you're going across, I will take that chance.
There's an app you can download to track me the whole time.
Oh, really?
Yeah. If you want it, I'll send it to you.
That's cool. That is cool. I'm like in the middle of church. I'm like, oh, he picked up his pace. He picked up his pace. I start cheering.
And the whole crowd erupts. You're all just watching me run on the screen.
Progress bar, Dane.
Look at him go. It's moving
He's doing
very
so
slowly.
good. Wow.
Whoa, that's not the course. What's happening?
Why is he going into that house? Dane, stop. It tracks you way after the fact also. You're like at home, like, why? How long are they tracking us here?
It's just a live stream of me.
That would be wild.
So
that'd be good though.
Some traditions I have. One I just started, which is the first year of it.
So that's a really good tradition if you just started it.
Well, now it's a tradition for every race that I'm going to run.
Well, is it a tradition, or I think you have to do it a second time to start making it a tradition?
False. It's 3 times.
And this will be your first.
Exactly. I already did it.
So it's not a tradition, but okay.
It's a tradition.
You want it to be a tradition, but we have to wait and see.
It's en route to being a tradition.
Okay, there we go. Thank you for clarifying, because everyone out there was confused.
Well, I can tell people were having an aneurysm over it.
Hey, yep. Shout out to all y'all.
But so 2 days before, I don't run the day before because I want the freshest legs possible.
Which is today.
But 2 days before, I run the slowest mile.
Could you? I think I know what you mean, but I just want to hear you explain it more.
It means I go out, I do my regular warm-ups, I get warm, and then I go and I run a really, really slow mile. I ran it yesterday. I ran 2 miles yesterday because I didn't run Wednesday I didn't run Thursday because of, and I didn't run Wednesday either.
Okay.
I didn't run either day because Wednesday I worked 13 and a half hours.
Yeah.
And then Thursday I had to go and play fifth wheel with everybody. And so
you enjoyed it though.
No, I hated it.
Okay.
And so no,
sorry.
And then so Friday I wake up and I run 2 miles. It's going to be 1 mile in the future, and I run it as slow as possible.
What does that actually mean?
Just means,
are you walking it?
No, it's slightly above walking.
Is it like the slowest mile you plan on running during the marathon, or just?
It's the slowest mile I can possibly run.
So what's considered running and walking in that scenario?
Well,
if you run it slower than the walking pace.
Well, it's faster than walking pace.
But you said the slowest mile possible.
Exactly. That I can run. So it's like a 13-minute mile.
Okay, 13. Because you can basically walk a mile. If you're like pushing yourself a little bit, you could do it in 15 minutes. Yeah. Average walking speed 3 miles an hour, which would be 20 minutes.
Not for Dane.
And you're not average.
I'm above average.
We'll go that route.
And so slowest mile is the tradition now before every race that I run. Another race or another tradition that I have, which I've done this several times, is drinking a Pedialyte the day before. And you're only supposed to take like a sip at a time, but I drink the whole thing in a day.
See, I do the juice before I run that they give you before you have a
aneurysm.
No, colonoscopy.
Yeah. Or is it the that juice?
Yeah, that's what I do. It's
the laxative.
It's good. It clears you out.
It does,
and
clear
that's
you out.
really good when you need to run.
No extra weight.
Mm-hmm. It's good. It's good. If you ever need to lose weight, just get some of that at your local retailer.
The girls don't have to worry about that.
They also get those, you know?
Because they don't poop.
I didn't know I did not expect that.
Last thing is, I went to a Halloween party and a kid dressed up as me.
So he dressed up as
it was a she.
Nemo.
It was a she.
Nemo?
No. They dressed up just in an orange shirt with a name tag that said Dane. I'm like, this is the worst.
Did they win the contest?
How?
Was there a contest?
Yes.
They should have won.
Person who won dressed up like a baby.
So they were also you?
No, like a giant baby.
Oh, I think I saw a video of that.
Yeah,
like an inflatable baby or something.
Yeah.
That's creepy.
The team that won, or the group that won, was somebody
Backstreet Boys.
No, this is really funny.
NSYNC.
No. So somebody dressed up as a famous person.
Okay.
And then had bodyguards around them. And then they were walking down the aisle and like we had an orange carpet way.
Yep.
And nobody was allowed to touch the famous person. And then somebody in the audience stands up with a Nerf gun and goes, pow, pow, pow.
Yes.
And they tackled the dude. The security people did. And then tackled the famous person. I'm like, oh my goodness, this is amazing.
That's good.
I knew something was coming because the leader came up to me and said, hey, when we're coming down like the runway, can you play a gunshot sound? And I said, no, this is youth group, Bob.
So, wait, it was Bob?
Yeah.
Oh, that checks out.
It does check out for Bob, but I'm also like...
I mean, he also has a background because he was in the Army, correct?
Yeah, the South Korean Army.
Yeah. I don't know what they do there, but he was still in the Army.
Guns. But
probably.
Yeah, I can't play a gun sound at a youth group.
So did someone just say, bang?
They stand up and go, pow, 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 with a Nerf gun.
I mean, that works too.
I was like, this is great.
That is, and they won the group contest?
Yeah, I was like, that's hilarious.
That is
it was all
solid.
dudes voting. Unlike at the K-Life one where it was mostly girls voting.
Yeah, but are you including yourself in the girls?
I said mostly.
Okay, just wanted to see that.
I'm a proficient male.
I guess we could just go directly into that. Well, but first off, I want to say that Dane finally gave me the cancer-free Christmas bracelet again because my other one was defective because I wore it every single day in support of you. And then once it broke, I couldn't wear it anymore. So I was not supporting you for all that time.
I get that.
And now I have it again. So thank you for being my friend and giving me a bracelet.
Say 37 nice things about me right now.
I can't even think of any.
Oh.
But yeah, we also have the K-Life Halloween party, fall party because... We're Christians, so we don't say Halloween.
Ours was a Halloween party.
Yeah.
The Lightco one.
Yeah.
I mean, the one I work at's one.
See, yeah, true. This one, though, was... What's today?
Tuesday?
Halloween was on Thursday, so this was 4 days before Halloween, so that's why it was a fall party that you dress up at and stuff, and you have costume contests. But anyway, so...
You digress. You digress.
I do digress. But they had like costumes you do with like your small groups. So my small group decided to do superheroes, and that was mainly because I had a superhero costume, and I didn't want to go.
Yeah, we didn't talk about this. Yeah.
And I didn't want to go out and buy one, so I'm like, I like this costume. Let's do superheroes. Plus, it's pretty easy to do. You know, last year we just did jerseys because that's so easy.
Boo.
So we slightly got a little more aggressive this year.
That's true.
But yeah, so we're superheroes. So we had Spider-Man, Hulk, Black Panther. Played by Jake, and Captain America. And also we had one non-Marvel superhero, which was Batman.
Yeah.
But overall...
That's what really lost it for you.
Well, it was good, though. That's what lost it for us? That's why we lost, because we weren't all Marvel?
That was a lot of the reason.
Was it actually?
No.
No, it wasn't.
You guys weren't close.
No. Because the other group that won had 47 people, which was just unfair.
Oh, the Pixar one.
Yeah.
Yeah, that one was cool,
That's who we were going against. That was cool. They were cool? I think you were laughing at ours more.
One kid dressed up as Ratatouille.
But you guys laughed at ours more, which is more entertaining.
What'd you guys do down the runway?
So we walked down, but it was only the 4 Marvel people. And then as we got to the end, the Batman person was supposed to say, I was born in the darkness, or something like that. Or I am Batman behind you. I don't know if he did.
Oh, behind me?
Did you hear that?
No.
Oh, dang. That's why we lost, because he wasn't aggressive enough. He was supposed to sneak up behind you, say I'm Batman. And
I didn't hear anything like that.
That stinks.
Yeah.
Well, that's why we didn't win. But then we all got down to the end of the runway, and then we posed. But what was really cool is because I didn't have a Captain America shield. I had a Captain America shield on my phone.
Yeah.
And then I was trying to do what Captain America did in Endgame, so spoiler alert, and I had someone throw me their phone with Thor's hammer on it. but I dropped the phone, and then his Walgreens app opened up as I tried to point it at you. And
That's what was funny.
No. And then I had to have him change it really quick, and eventually got the hammer, and they're like, oh, but you guys were laughing a lot, which means you had a better,
that was funny.
because you had a better time with that. The other one are like, oh, that's such a good costume. But ours, you were laughing and having a better time.
No, it was such a disaster that all I could do was laugh.
It was good. I think it made for a better experience overall.
Sure.
And then they started doing the voting. I tried to bribe you guys and say, hey, I had a note on my phone. You can be a guest on the Until Next Week podcast.
I did see that.
And that was also good. And I thought that would have been enough to get Chloe to turn her vote, but she decided not to.
So true. There's something about Chloe I need to tell you off the air.
Okay. Yeah. If you leave us 5 stars and promote us or donate to the links in the bio, we'll share that information with you, maybe, because I don't know what it is.
I'll totally share it with you.
Yeah. So send us money and sponsor us or do whatever else you need to do, and we'll let you know. We'll let you know.
Do it or else.
Yes. Also at this party, they had, again, it was outside at like this farm type residence, and they had like a basketball goal. So obviously we played knockout. I was able to defeat a girl, and I won, which was pretty cool. We also played some cornhole at the end.
Yeah, you beat me because my shot, I shot it, and it went straight up in the air for like decades. And then you shot it and switched yours, and I was like, I couldn't. I had to just stand there.
You're like, come back down.
Yeah.
No. And then I made a shot.
Gravity wasn't happening fast enough.
I was playing pretty good overall. The first game I did play, I did lose pretty quickly though. But
okay.
we don't talk about that or bring it up on podcast. But besides that, we also played some cornhole. So me and my guy Colton, we did win 2 games of cornhole.
Not Reverend Banks.
No. Different Colton. Different small group Colton. We almost blew it though against Levi and Landon. We were up like 20 to like 3, and you play to 21, but some people play where you have to hit exactly 21.
Yeah, you can't go over or you bust.
Yeah, depending on who you play with, but we decided to do that, and I only need to have one more throw where I land directly on the board to get 21.
But not in.
I sunk it. So we went back down to 15, and eventually the other team started catching up. We were tied at one point, and I think we might have busted potentially one more time, but we ended up winning after it was all said and done. We got 2 wins. It's a pretty good time. I'm a big cornhole fan, so it was overall it was a solid time, with friends.
Yeah, got the job done, if you will.
But speaking of getting the job done, I also announced a couple more Missouri State University swim meets this week.
Missouri State University.
Yeah, shout out, go Bears.
Fight the Bears.
I mentioned before that I had an announcing gig. That time, the other team had a lot of people from other countries, so I didn't know how to pronounce all their names. This time around, the names were much easier for me to pronounce, so that was a positive.
So true.
It made my job much
easier.
Positive
COVID test.
Nope. That's
not that. No,
that's not what we're saying.
No.
But I do enjoy announcing. It's always weird. Like when I first do a meet, like give or take like the first 2 minutes, we have to say the intro. I'm like, I don't want to say I'm freaking out, but I'm
clunky.
Like, I'm just like moving around, and I probably look really nervous if people are paying attention. But I'm also, I'm still doing a great job.
Well, it's kind of like this. You got to get in the groove.
Yeah. And that's always the weird part, because last night when I did it, I was very nervous the first time around, and then I got better as I went along. But then I did it again today, and I felt smooth from the beginning. It was a good overall time. We also have a DJ right next to me, and I started giving him some like song suggestions.
DJ Roomba.
Yeah, definitely. One of them was one of Forrest Frank's songs that he does with Connor Price called Up. I was down and now I'm up.
That one sucks.
And it's a good song. And he had never heard it. He's like, man, this is good. I'm like, yeah, it is. Here's some more suggestions you can play.
Up like I'm Lazarus.
But what kind of stunk is the first night, the other team, the Missouri State's team was like, hey, it is whoever's birthday. Can you say happy birthday to them? I'm like,
happy birthday.
I'm like, sure, I'll find the time to do that. But then the other team came up and they're like, hey, we have this other girl it's her 21st birthday.
That's a pretty big one.
And we want you to say happy birthday or play it or something. I'm like, oh no, why couldn't you? And you didn't even tell me the name of who it was. I'm like, how am I supposed to do this? And they're like, you can just play happy birthday. And I'm like, I'm not going to just play happy birthday for the other team for someone I don't know the name of.
Yeah, that's true.
So it was funny, and it kind of was bad because right after that's when I announced the happy birthday message for the person on Missouri State or associated with them.
Yes.
And they definitely heard that. But then eventually I did get to, I had our DJ play a song where it was like Indie Club.
Indie
50 Cent was like, hey, Shawty, it's your birthday. And I was like, there you go. That's what you get.
We're going to party like it's your birthday.
Yeah, so they enjoy that. And then today, again, they're like, hey, there's 2 people's birthdays on our team. But luckily, it was Missouri State. And I was like, okay, I can announce these. And then, again, they were like, can you play Happy Birthday? And I was like, sure, we can. And then the DJ played a different song that, again, started with like Happy Birthday. They're like, no, we want Happy Birthday. And I'm like, okay, try to transition this into a normal Happy Birthday. And it's like a little kid's song, Happy Birthday. And they just kind of vibed with it.
It's spider.
That was pretty good. And then finally, I went to Dolly Parton's Stampede in Branson,
Gotta love her.
Missouri on, let's say, I guess it was last night. It was Saturday night. That's when I did it. No, today's Saturday. Friday night.
Today is Saturday.
Yeah, I mixed that up.
No, it's not. It's Monday.
No, you're listening on Monday.
Exactly.
Unless you're listening on Tuesday or one of the other days. But
Listen
Dolly
while you're
Parton,
standing in line.
You know who Dolly Parton is. And she has a Dolly Parton Stampede, which is basically like a show and food that you get.
That's so true.
That's basically it. They give you like a full-on chicken to eat.
Ooh, like
It's
a
not-
rotisserie chicken?
The ones are, I think, game hens. I think that's what they're called.
Gay pens.
Not what I said.
That's what you said.
They give you like a little chicken. They changed the menu from when I used to go, and now they give you like pulled pork and like mashed potatoes also, which is pretty average. Ooh. And then they give you like an apple turnover for dessert, some soup, which is pretty good, and like a biscuit. But overall, pretty good time. They do like this show in front of you where they ride a lot of horses. Typically, they do
I like horses.
They do pig races. They have like a quote unquote comedian who's had the same jokes for the past 20 years.
That's perfect.
And yeah, they do all this. It's very country, except when you go on November 1st. And then they've already changed to their Christmas show.
No.
Which is great because they typically do the North versus the South. The North versus the South.
That's crazy.
I couldn't talk. And it was usually blue for the North and gray for the South.
Obviously.
And they've tried to get away from that a little bit because, the Confederacy.
That's exactly what I thought. Yeah.
That's what they were kind of going for. And now I think that maybe just say like blue team and gray team or red team or something.
That's
but
definitely North versus
what's
South.
great is during Christmas, they don't want you to forget the division that there is between both sides of the arena. So they had the North Pole versus the South Pole.
There you go.
And we were on the South Pole and we won, which was great. We won more competitions than the other team. Our pigs, we won one of the pig racing
Our pigs.
Well, the first pigs is raced around, and one of the guys, he kind of spun out and he got lost, which was disappointing. But then we had jumping pigs that had to jump over some barriers. That pig won.
Obviously.
They had kids on like it's not like a stage, it's like a big dirt pen basically, and they had to chase chickens.
Ooh.
And our kids were losers and they did not win,
kids.
which is disappointing. They also had like lumberjacks randomly.
I like
who like
lumberjacks.
climbed up a giant pole or a wood log, and then they also chop wood in half, and they also did like the log thing where you stand on it in water and you try to knock the other guy off,
Yeah.
But they did all that stuff and that was about it. But then also Santa Claus showed up at the end, and that's all that really mattered. So we learned the true meaning of Christmas.
St. Nicholas.
Yeah. So that's about all I have to say, unless you have any other thoughts.
Well, there's a lot of things whenever you start thinking about things. And one of those things is that we're going to our Grinders Are Gears segments.
No. We are going to our sports talk segment.
Exactly.
Yeah. So time for our sports talk segment. I added a drop and you didn't know about it.
No, it's dark blue too.
You like this? It is making you happy?
It's loud.
So welcome.
We're back.
To our sports talk segment. Yes, your favorite segment that we just added last week, and now we have a drop for it, so it's official. I had to go through so many sounds to figure out what would be good there, and I figured the football sound would probably make you the happiest.
Monday Night Football.
Is that true? Well, I'm not changing it now, so that's our sound going forward, unless you're just really adamant against it.
No, I want to drop for every segment that we have.
Okay. Well, I'm sorry I didn't have anything else. Anyways, some sports talk for the week. Really quickly, for until next week, Fantasy League, I won. I won again.
You destroyed Allie Hoopy.
Allie Hoopy, she took a big lead early on.
She did.
My defense had negative points. She had a running back that went off for like 45 points. But then my guys just pummeled her. I'm sorry, Allie. It's true. I think I had 330 points by the end of it, which might be a high score for anybody during any week.
We don't even know what that means.
She had like 250.
Exactly. That's a pedestrian score.
Just so you know, because our scoring's all messed up because of Jack Holmgren. I'd say in most leagues, like a really, really, really good score is probably like 200 maybe?
Depends on what your scoring format is.
I feel like most are probably 200 is like a really good score maybe. For normal. In ESPN, I would say a normal ESPN league around 200 points, I think, is really good.
Depends.
Okay, well, whatever your really good score is, our really good score would basically be 250 and up, and I hit 330. So whatever your high end is, that's what we were doing.
Someone's high on the end?
There we go. That was fantasy football this week. Dane doesn't know how you did because he just doesn't care.
Not true. I just looked at it and I lost.
Who did you lose to? Do you know?
I don't know.
Okay, well, that is all our fantasy football talk. So I hope you enjoyed that. Except Stephon Diggs, I had him on my team, and he got injured for the rest of the year.
Oh, yeah. And he's in a contract year.
Yeah, so that's really unfortunate for him.
It's very unfortunate.
Fortunately, I do have some good backup wide receivers, but you never want to lose a guy like that.
It's all right. I lost Rashee Rice, and in all of my leagues, everybody's dead. So
yeah, it's funny though because the only guy I've really had a significant injury to up to this point is Stephon Diggs, and because running backs are the true valuable players in those leagues.
Yeah, apparently
I'm still doing okay
because you got to run the dang ball.
You got to run it. You got to run it over and over and over, and that's why I'm just running over the competition. So I'm playing I'm playing Joshua Schmitz this week, and he
loser.
I think I kind of gave him a heads up. He's like, you already won, and I'm like, but we still got to play the week. So
yeah, Joshua.
Yeah. So.
You're 21 now. You're 20 years old.
He's 20.
You need to start figuring some things out, like how to win at fantasy football.
Hey, he'll be better next year, maybe.
Just draft good players and play them.
That's all you got to do. It's really, really easy. Besides those, I guess, fantasy updates, the only other football update I had is that Malik Willis may be Green Bay's quarterback again, which is great for us and horrible for all you teams because he's the greatest dang quarterback in the NFL. So lines are going down this week.
I don't know.
Or yesterday or whenever we played. What?
I don't know about that.
Well, I mean, with any quarterback this year who has at least 30 passes, he has the highest quarterback rating.
That's because he's a bum.
He has 130, which I don't really know what that means, but the next highest guy is like 115. So he's the best quarterback out there, even though we still want Jordan Love to play.
Bum.
Bum. Bum. Bum.
Bum.
Bum. Bum. Bum. Bum. Bum. Bum. Some other football talk. Unless you have any football talk, do you have anything to say?
The Cowboys are going to lose tomorrow, and then
probably true.
Jerry hates the team, but the good news is this year's running back class is absolutely loaded. There's like 10 to 15 like above average running backs.
But you have Ezekiel Elliott.
Yeah, who's not playing tomorrow.
He's not playing?
For disciplinary reasons.
For discipline? For just being bad?
He's not even on the flight.
That's like, what did he do?
I don't know. They haven't said yet. But so now I'm trying to trade for Rico Dowdle in a different league.
That's nuts.
But I'm like, they didn't play Rico last week, who's the only good back on the team. He's not good. He's the best of the three.
Yeah.
And then they signed Dalvin Cook and bring him up, and I'm like, Dalvin's washed, Zeke's washed, and I'm like, neither of them deserve to be on an NFL roster. They should be on a practice squad somewhere.
Yeah.
And yet here we are. We need to go get somebody like Tyler Algier or Jerome Ford from the Browns. Yeah.
Okay.
That would be a great trade.
That'd be interesting to see what you do.
However,
there.
Jerry's not going to do it because Jerry hates everybody. Jerry hates winning in the conventional sense. He wants to win, but only on his terms. So there you have it.
That's good. Alvaro, we mention him all the time, but he decided to send us some quote unquote content for this week.
Oh, yeah.
And it's a football highlight video, but it's in Spanish.
Oh, no.
And I want to play it for you. I'm not going to tell you anything about it. And I want you to guess what you think is happening.
I think it's a soccer goal.
I said it was football, which I guess could be. So I'll just play it and you let me know what you think.
All right.
So here we go.
Tiene con quién. Ahora 7 años a lanzar a lo profundo del terreno de juego. Ahí está la recepción. Touchdown. Touchdown de Washington. Touchdown. Está adentro. Touchdown. Commanders. El Ave María funcionó.
So
What do you think that was, Dane?
from my 2 years of Spanish in high school in 2011 and 2012,
Yeah.
I caught the words Daniels, and I was like, okay. First thought was not Jayden Daniels.
Yeah.
First thought was Chase Daniels.
Chase Daniels, Mizzou's quarterback. There
I was
we go.
like, oh, this is an old video. And then I was like, wait, it could be Jayden Daniels. And then I heard Fuego, and I was like, oh, he just said fires the ball probably. And then I heard caught touchdown, and I was like, this is Jayden Daniels against the Bears.
Yeah, and that's Commanders.
Yeah. And then I heard Noah Brown, and I'm like, this is the touchdown against the Bears like 2 weeks ago.
It was good. I love those calls from like those Spanish networks. I'm like,
Messi.
If you ever get the chance, find any sports highlight you enjoy and search for the Spanish version of it. Like whenever Albert Pujols came back with the Cardinals and hit some home runs, they have some really good Spanish speaking like announcers. One of them is Benji Molina.
Yeah.
And they just went nuts whenever you would hit a home run in Busch Stadium, and it makes you feel something.
Big shout out to Benji Molina and all of the Molinas.
Yeah, all the Molinas. I don't really know much about Jose, but Benji's he's a real one.
Yeah,
I've met Benji.
They all played.
Mm-hmm. They're all good. They all have World Series titles.
They're all Molinas.
Yeah.
That's all you can ask for.
Yeah. Besides,
speaking of World Series winners,
that was a good transition because the World Series happened this past week for the Dodgers. The Yankees decided not to show up though.
Dude, I noticed it in game one. I was like, man, the Dodgers are doing all the little things well, and the Yankees are not. And did you see the article that came out?
I think we saw the same article where basically it was like the Dodgers knew the Yankees were bad at the little things, like defensively or like base running or whatever else. So they're like, just put the ball in play and we will win this.
They said, let them play Yankees baseball. And that's exactly what happened. Put the ball in play, they'll beat themselves.
Yeah.
And I saw it in I think the game they won was game four. Yeah. And so Volpe, he thought he was going to have to tag from second to go to third, but the ball goes off the wall and he only gets to third instead of scoring.
Yeah.
And I was like, man, if they lose this game, that's going to be a huge thing. Lucky for him, he hits a grand slam the next inning. And it's like, okay, that's good. But it's like, that's a little thing that like they didn't notice. And then the errors at every base, the base running was terrible. The Dodgers were always taking the second, like a second base.
Yeah. Yeah. I think they said like they never really know who to throw it to in the infield. Like don't hit cutoff men. Just don't make good plays. The fifth inning really exposed them in game 5 when Aaron Judge hit a big home run early in the game. And then I guess he dropped, I haven't seen actually the highlight, but I think he just dropped like an easy fly ball.
Yeah.
They said it was like a 1 in 1,000 thing of him missing it.
It was like hit right at him and he's kind of like running, but like jogging and it just...
And probably not looking at the ball, probably looking at the next base.
He's looking to throw it, yeah.
Yeah.
It's one of those, like, you're looking to do the next thing before you accomplish the first thing.
Yeah, and then they just fell apart. Garrett Cole threw 6.1 innings, but had 0 earned runs.
Yeah, imagine that.
Yeah, go figure. But, I mean, he could have also got out of it by covering first base at one point, and he didn't do that. But, yeah, the Yankees just were not doing the little things, which is great because we all hate the Yankees.
Yeah, we really didn't want the Yankees to win.
Yeah.
But
it was the lesser of two evils is what happened.
It was much like the election.
Yep, true. We always make those...
that's every
things.
election now.
Make those we're comparing.
Yeah.
Make those comparisons. That's the word.
There you go.
We talk.
And John Schmaltz on the podcast, or not the podcast, the broadcast.
He was on our podcast last week. Pretty cool.
Yeah. In like the 8th inning of game 5 started, it sounded like they were talking about, I was like, this is a little conspiracy because they were like, oh, look at this team. Look at the Dodgers. They're so good.
Yeah.
And I was like, this is sounding like it's a given that the Dodgers are just going to win the World Series. And it was when it was like a 2-run game at the time. I was like,
yeah,
it's like a 2-run game. What are we talking about here? And I was like, there's 3 innings left. It was like 7th or 8th.
Yeah.
And I was like, whatever. But he makes the comment and he says, wow, they really learned resilience this year and all of their homegrown talent. I was like, whoa. I was like, who learned resilience? They added Shohei Ohtani, Yoshinobu Yamamoto, Jack Flaherty, Tommy Edman, Teoscar Hernandez.
They signed Freddie Freeman like a couple of years ago or a few years ago for a ton of money because the Braves didn't give him what he wanted, I guess.
Yeah. Max Muncy was a Rule 5 draft pick.
But Mookie Betts was a guy. They traded for him. And then signed, I believe.
Yeah. Their entire outfield was not homegrown.
I guess Garrett Cole. Oh, he came. Oh, the Yankees. Yankees. I messed that up.
Yeah.
I mean, they had Clayton Kershaw, but he didn't play.
Yeah. He
And
didn't play.
Glasnow. Oh no,
No,
he
no.
was.
Yeah,
was
they
signed
added Tyler
or
Glasnow
traded.
this year.
Yeah, but he also didn't play in the World Series.
Also didn't play.
Will Smith is the only guy I can think of
Walker
immediately,
Buehler.
and Walker Buehler, who
Yeah.
ended up being good in the playoffs after being bad once he came back from injury.
Yeah. I'm like, the rest of your team is not homegrown, and they did not learn resilience there this
No.
year. They added basically a whole nother team.
Literally, they were the most boom or bust team ever. If you
Yeah.
don't win the World Series, you're a failure.
Yeah.
Like
And-
hardcore. Like there's no reason they shouldn't have won it. Like they were favorites from the beginning.
Yeah. Lucky for them, they did win the World Series. Walker Buehler will be back next year. Shohei's going to pitch next year.
Bueller's going to be a free agent.
Is he a free
and
agent?
He didn't pitch well during the regular season, so it's possible
bum?
and probably likely he goes elsewhere. And they were talking about before he had a good playoffs that the Cardinals might go after him.
Absolutely not.
But I still think they should because they could get him probably cheap.
I doubt
Because he was bad during the regular season.
Cardinals will sign exactly nobody.
Probably. That's probably going to be the case. We did pick up a guy off waivers the other day who was just horrible in the minors.
Who I've never seen. Yeah, and it's horrible in the minor leagues. But yeah, Cardinals are going to lose. Dodgers are going to win again next year. And that's it.
Only other notes I really had for our sports talk is that Buzz from Home Alone won the World Series MVP. Freddie Freeman won the World Series MVP.
On a bad ankle.
The comparisons between the two are uncanny. They look the same.
The walk-off grand slam in game 1 was awesome.
Yeah, that definitely helped. He also had home runs in the first 4 games, I believe.
Yeah.
So he had 4 home runs and like 12 RBIs. So I think 12 RBIs is the record, and it was only 5 games, so that was really impressive. So he got the MVP.
He drove in 2 runs in the 5th game too.
That was big. And then the only other thing I really had was that the World Series actually ended in October for once, because a lot of times it goes until November.
It does now. Yeah.
Because
But
of all
then-
the playoffs being extended.
True. And the announcer's call in game 1 for the walk-off grand slam mirrored the 1988 walk-off for Kirk Gibson.
Sort of. It wasn't super close. It's not nearly as close as when Joe Buck called the David Freese home run. Like, we will see you tomorrow night.
That was uncanny and bigger because it was like, oh, it's his dad and his dad's call.
And also his team that he grew up with and everything else.
That was awesome. And Freddie Freeman's was really cool too, but like I didn't even notice it in the moment.
No.
And I was
it wasn't as uncanny or whatever.
Yeah. I saw it on social media later and I was like, oh yeah, that's actually pretty cool. But
yeah. Well,
either way.
I think we're done with our sports talk segment. So it's time for our Grinds Our Gears segment. I brought the sound back, but now I can click a button and do it.
Look at that.
You're like, buttons.
We need more buttons.
Okay, the other buttons I have, this isn't relevant right now, but we have this now, which isn't relevant for the time being. I also put the intro up here and then another one which will play later on that I don't want to click yet. Okay. So we'll get to that. Okay.
Are you smarter than-
But I'll change over to our other sounds in case you want to do anything.
How do you switch sounds?
I messed up. Here, sounds. Here we go. No. Boom.
Oh, those arrows.
Boom. Okay.
There you go.
And you can read what those are.
Yeah.
So now I have, it's easier so you can tell.
Oh, it says manifesto on it.
I changed the name of some of them, but those are still all the normal sounds on our original keyboard.
Need to get rid of the harp one and put something fun.
Well, I didn't really have any ideas. So if you have any other thoughts, you can let me know.
Handcraft mahogany.
I wanted to surprise you with the other sounds
I am
first.
surprised.
I know, and I know you're happy about it too. So
and
there we
great.
go. I don't know. There's definitely other ones we need. I don't
but
know.
now
what they could
it's time for our Grinds Our Gears segment.
No, we already did the button. Stop.
I pressed Are You Smarter in the 5th grade.
So what grinds my gears is Dane pushing the wrong buttons because he's a toddler. Besides that,
Don't say that when I'm drinking my Pedialyte.
Something else that grinds my gears is vision insurance. It's not really that bad, but the year's almost done, and I got an eye exam, I think in May, and I have not actually got any new contacts or new glasses yet. So before I showed up today, I went to Costco and I was looking at different glasses on my face. So I think really what grinds my gears is glasses shopping.
Yeah,
because you're like, what looks good on my face?
Nothing.
Or what kind of no, it all looks so bad. I look ugly.
Yeah.
So ugly. I mean, look at me.
All glasses, I don't know that glasses have ever, very rarely does it make somebody look better.
I mean, I look good in the ones I tried on, but it's just difficult because there's so many options. And that's what's tricky. And that kind of grinds my gears a little bit.
Just go somewhere with something square framed.
That's what I was kind of leaning towards.
Yeah.
I might end up going back tomorrow and purchasing them, but I did not have my prescription with me.
If you go clear lensed square framed, you'd look like Clark Kent.
I probably won't do that exact one.
Fine.
I don't. They're somewhat square, but they won't be like super square.
Fine.
I kind of want to get the Carl Lentz look.
Ooh.
Just kidding. But that just kind of grinds my gears. Just mainly glasses shopping. It's not easy to do because I'm just too particular on what I want to wear. The only other thing that really grinds my gears is that on Halloween. No, not on Halloween. It was sometime this week, I believe. I went to Andy B's, which is a bowling alley that also has an arcade.
Of course.
I went there with Lauren, and
date night.
What's really cool there is during your birthday, if you go in and like show that it is your birthday, I believe, or you're signed up for their email club, you get like $25 in gameplay. So I had like $45 saved up, and they had this game that I wanted to play, which is basically where like they give you tons of balls, and you get like 50 to throw, and you throw it in this toilet bowl. And if you make all of them, then you win like the jackpot. But each time you make however many, then like the toilet seat drops, so it's a smaller hole. And then another toilet seat drops, so it's like a really, really small hole that's like the size of a ball.
Yeah, exactly the size.
Yeah,
so you gotta get it perfect.
Really difficult. But I got lanky arms, so I can reach very far and basically drop it in. Not quite, but get very close to it. And like the first time or two, I missed a couple balls. So I'm like, nah, I want to hit the jackpot. But then I was starting to think like, I don't know if they actually gave me 50 balls to throw. So
I want to hit the jackpot?
So the very last time I was like, I'm going to count every single one I throw in because, you know, I'm an accountant. I can count really fast.
Counting.
And I did. I made every single one.
Wow.
Which was 42. No, 45. I threw 45 balls, made them all in.
Yeah.
And it said I only made 42 balls. And the jackpot is if you hit all 50. That doesn't add up. I threw 45 in. They only counted 42, and I was supposed to have 50. I'm like, this is dumb. So I let them know, that high schooler working. I'm like, hey, your machine over there doesn't work right, and I should have won the jackpot. And he was like, okay. What? And then I left. I was annoyed. It grinded my gears because I should have hit the jackpot, which would have been like, I don't know, a few thousand tickets maybe.
What's that phrase when somebody checks like a business's finances? You audited. You're going to audit them now.
I'm going to audit their toilet game because they didn't have enough balls and it didn't count right. I'm like, I literally threw 45 in, missed 0. They counted only 42 and there was supposed to be 50. I couldn't have won. It was completely rigged, more than any game I've ever played before. And I was very annoyed. And that grinded my gears. So Dane.
Sure. Now, Samuel, how does that make you feel?
It makes me very mad and angry, and I had to restrain myself from burning the place down. So just tell me what grinds your gears, Dane. Please.
What grinds my gears is when you don't burn down bowling alleys.
Okay.
As your personal vendetta. And so now what grinds my gears is that every time that one of my roommates, who will remain nameless, brings home a new lady friend.
Either Jake's Body Shop or
who will remain nameless.
Colton. What's Reverend Banks? That's it. I was trying to think of your two roommates.
And
we're not going to say who though.
And we're not going to say who, but whenever they bring home a new lady friend, I always have to tell the lady friend the story of how we met, which goes
how you met your roommate.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which goes like this. So there it was, a dark, stormy day in 2005.
You know this is how grinds your gears, right?
Yeah, grinds my gears.
Just want to clarify.
Because I have to tell a story every time.
That you don't want to tell.
Yeah, that I don't want to tell because it's long and elaborate.
Okay, well, tell us that story, Dane.
Well, the abbreviated version is it was a dark, stormy day in 2005, and the White Sox had just won the World Series.
Swept them.
Exactly. And so there I was living in my orphanage where I grew up. Me and little Sally Lou.
I think it was Lindsay.
No. Okay. Sally Lou. Me and little Sally Lou were living in the orphanage, and we were wondering when we would once again see our new friend, Mr. Whiskers, the cat. And what is that out of the blue, clear sky? Mr. Whiskers has come home, and he ran upstairs, jumped into her arms, and we were all so excited and laughing and dancing and having a good time. And we were so excited that we knocked over the candle. And then the candle burst into flames. The whole orphanage is on fire. And what should happen but the stairs to the upstairs collapses. And then...
Why would you go to the upstairs?
Because that's where our bedrooms were. And so now...
But the place is on fire.
It's on fire. We couldn't get out, but the fire had collapsed the stairs. And so
What floor are you on?
We're on the second floor.
But you said the stairs to your bedrooms were on fire. So
they were on fire.
How tall is this building?
2 stories.
That doesn't
What do you mean?
work.
The stairs going
So are
up
you
to the
on
bedrooms.
the second floor?
Yes.
Then why don't you just say the stairs going down to the main level burned?
Because we need
crushed.
because it's the same stairs.
But it sounds like you're trying to go up.
We are
Clear
trying
up
to go
your
up.
That grinds my gears. You don't have a clear story.
Whatever.
Okay,
Samuel doesn't know. Everybody
going.
else at home followed. And so the upstairs was on fire, and now we're having imminent doom. And Mr. Whiskers is going to die in our arms. The smoke is starting to get into my lungs, and all I hear from the outside is that a fire? And I see Jake's Body Shop outside. He keeps his shirt on out of respect to the women. And he runs upstairs and saves every last orphan. And the last one he brings out is me. And in his arms, I say, Mr. Whiskers. And Jake says, don't worry, I've got him. And he runs back into the fire right as the house collapses. And everybody's sad as I wake up and I'm like, no, Jake's Body Shop is dead. Everybody's sad. The orphanage is burned. And from the rubble, all we hear is, are you missing something? And an arm shoots up from the rubble, and it's Jake's arm with Mr. Whiskers, who is alive. And Jake, uncovered from the rubble, goes, all right, kids, stay in school. And that's how I met Jake's Body Shop.
2 notes. He has a really deep voice for an 8 to 9-year-old.
Oh, yeah.
Because you said this was in 2005?
Exactly.
Yeah, okay. That was my first thought. Second thought is you said, I don't want to give away any names. And then you kept referring to him as Jake's Body Shop over and over and over again.
Hypothetically, it could have been Jake's Body Shop.
But so it's really Colton is really the bankster, minister of banks of minister. The Reverend Banks.
No, we meet him later. And in fact, that story goes as follows.
Do we need to hear this one?
It's similar.
Okay.
So it's 2008. The housing market crash had just swept the nation. Thanks, Obama. And then we're back in the orphanage again because times are so hard. Thanks, Obama. And so now we're in the orphanage. And have you ever heard of the New Madrid fault line?
Yeah.
Yeah. So we're in the orphanage when the New Madrid fault line starts to shake and an earthquake is starting to sweep Missouri. And what could happen? But the building is now leaning and nobody can move. It's like a ticking time bomb. And it's me and Sally Lou.
Tick.
And Sally Lou needs her medicine because she has polio. And what's that off in the distance? It's Reverend Banks mushing with his own sled dog team and with the life-saving medicine for Sally Lou. He gets there, administers the medicine right as the building starts to collapse again.
One thought.
What?
Oh, brother, this guy stinks!
And then he saves me. And we exit, and then he goes, I say, Reverend Banks, how can I be more? Actually, he was a botanist at the time. But future Reverend Banks, how can I be more like you? And he said, you can keep serving up them smiles. And then he mushed off with the sled dogs.
Is that all your grinds your gears segments for this week?
That is.
Okay.
Because that's how I met both of them, and that's the story that I tell their girlfriends.
Just wanted to clarify really quick. So, okay. That was good. I don't have a drop for this, but it is our main segment of the week. Yes, we are going to draft our top 5 favorite parts of fall, and we know that our fans want to hear what we have to say here. So please let us know again in the comments what your favorite parts of fall are. Make sure to vote for who you think had the better picks this week, and just listen in, drink some apple cider, and enjoy what we're about to tell you. Okay? Okay. Who should go first here?
I think Siri should decide.
Not again. Okay, so he's going to say
Take a number between 1 and 2.
Take a number between 1 or 2. And she's going to say nothing.
It's 2.
Okay, so that's
Dang it,
me.
I'm going second.
That's pretty cool. I could go a lot of different routes with this. Again, I got to think and get in your mind, like, what would you say here? And I'm not actually going to go with that pick because I'm going to pick the true best fall pick, which is Thanksgiving.
Boo.
Yeah, so we got turkey trots, we got parades, we got good food, we got family, we got sleeping in, we got the day off of work, the day after, maybe, depending on where you work, and it's just a good time.
Shout out to Black Friday.
Oh, man. Thanks for throwing that out there. Black Friday is right there.
That's the day after Thanksgiving.
We're counting. we're counting it as a part of that whole tradition there. But Thanksgiving, I mean, it is the number one holiday in the fall. You cannot beat it at all because you either have Halloween, which is for Satan, or you have Thanksgiving, which is for turkeys. So you choose turkeys or Satan. I'm going with the turkeys all day because we're going to eat those turkeys all day and have the mashed potatoes and the stuffing and all the other fixins, and it's going to be delicious on so many levels and toasty. We are not Quiznos, but that is some good food. But also, I mean, there's nothing not to like. Like Thanksgiving is just so good. You could play some games with family as well. I could go on and on and on, but this is a short podcast. So I'll let you say what your number one pick is here, Dane.
Samuel is a communist, and that's what I want everybody to get first. And
so that's your first pick. What's your second
also,
pick?
Samuel hates the veterans because Veterans Day is also in November.
So what's your first pick, Dane? What's the best part of fall for you?
He also hates Indigenous Peoples Day.
I don't think he has any picks. He doesn't have any substance is what I'm starting to hear.
I have up to 13 things.
What is it?
My first one is football season.
Okay, I actually almost went with that number one.
The Cowboys are going to win it all.
I didn't want you to take
Again.
Thanksgiving. I had in my notes that my favorite part of football season was that the Packers play well and the Cowboys lose. But you keep going. You keep going about football.
The Cowboys play better in the winter. So that's number one because I'm an American, and you can vote for an American who wants to see you watch football.
We have people listening from like 25 to 30 countries.
Exactly. And if you want to join America, come illegally. I mean, legally.
Just keep going.
Or illegally.
Next topic.
Depending on who wins on Tuesday.
No, let's go to the next one. Stop now.
So with
or forever
football,
hold your peace. Okay, football. Yes.
With football comes also sports gambling. It also comes, what's it called? Vote yes on 2, by the way, if you live in Missouri.
Okay.
And and then also fantasy football leagues. Everybody loves fantasy football. Think about that. I give you fantasy football and fun.
Okay. So what's your next pick?
My second one is actually something that I like lots.
You didn't like football?
I love football.
You just said the second one is actually something I like.
Yeah, I don't like football. I love football.
Okay. Thanks for the clarification.
I'm going to take the fall weather. And that includes the leaves, the sounds,
the fall
the
weather
rustles.
for which state here?
Not this state. This state is basically summer.
Is it though?
Yes, it's so hot all the time. Mm-hmm. Look outside. Do you see any snow?
No, I see that guy bathing.
Whoa.
Because we're looking at their window.
Ugly naked man.
I don't actually. I still have no idea what bedroom that is. I don't know if it's a bedroom or a bathroom we're looking into.
Fall weather. That's what I take because I want to be able to dress better. I want to be able to go outside and go on cutesy little walks and maybe with a little meeks and but that goes into my third one, so I can't get into that. So yes, fall weather.
Okay. My next pick. Make sure also you take notes of what you are doing here with your picks. That way we can say them again at the end.
I see them.
I get 2 picks, which is really nice. I'm going to go with the World Series and playoff baseball. We were just discussing it. It's better again when the Cardinals are in it, but at the same time, baseball is the greatest sport there is.
Playoffs.
And being able to see the playoffs and the World Series, especially just reminiscing back on 2011 when David Freese saved the Cardinals season, not once, but twice.
In America.
Then they won Game 7. It was so beautiful. It's just a great conclusion to a very long season, and it's some of the best baseball you will ever see unless you're a Yankees fan. So that is my next pick for the best fall activities, fall things, best parts of fall, I guess you could say. After that, because I thought you might pick football season, I had a backup pick, which is good.
Basketball season.
Which is really good. I put Friends coming back into town so we can go on long bike rides in the fall.
So specific.
I know it is very specific, but typically Friends who have moved away come back into town this time of year. The weather is much cooler, which is nice if you're trying to work out outside.
No.
I got really into biking in like 2020, 2021, but I've not ridden a ton since. But I have been riding more recently. By more recently, I rode like a few weeks ago. Which was technically the fall. And then I believe one of my friends, Evan, should be back in town again sometime here in the next few weeks, and we'll go on another ride. And riding in the fall is just so much better because you can put on layers much easier than taking them off.
Yeah.
There's only so much you can take off before you're just skin to seat.
Naked.
And that's not ideal.
Just like Portland.
It's not ideal for riding your bike. But then also just seeing like the leaves change color, like all the scenery when you're riding your bike, it's a nice thing to do. It is very specific, but it is very enjoyable. So that is my number 3 overall pick. Dane, what are you going with next for your next 2 picks? Because we are doing 5 each.
Oh, part of Samuel's picks were one of my picks. So note that, people at home.
Okay.
My next one, the number 3, is cuffing season.
Oh, no.
Who doesn't like to be in a relationship over the holidays? Hello, this is my new so-and-so. She's my lady friend. That's not my name. And I'm like, that's not my name.
That's not my name.
And who doesn't
call him Stacy? That's
call
not
me
his
Stacy.
name. Okay.
But who doesn't love it when Lindsay Reed brings home her then boyfriend, Daniel Reed, and seeing your Aunt Kim corner him and ask him, what do you plan to do with my baby girl? And so now here we are. And also, who also doesn't love it whenever you see, I don't know, Dane Biesmeyer sitting at home when Daniel Reed once again is brought home for Christmas for the first time, and Dane is sitting in a rocking chair, shirtless with a handlebar mustache and a shotgun.
Yep.
And
I remember that story well.
I was wearing khakis. So it was kind of a formal scaring of the boyfriend.
Yeah.
And I was also friends with him before they started dating. So here we are. And also now they have a child that they're working on getting into the world.
Yep.
2 months out for the baby.
That's pretty cool.
We're trying to get January 6th as the day.
Don't.
However,
Stop.
it's hard to just make it happen.
I like how you're trying to do baby planning for them.
I am.
When Lindsay's going to pop out that baby.
Blah, 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 Dane. Don't do this, Dane. Don't tell people the baby's name, Dane. Blah, blah, blah.
Blah, blah, blah.
Yeah.
Did she tell you that?
So I deduced what the baby's name is.
Oh, so she doesn't want you sharing it because
I figured out what it actually is.
So it wasn't one of the names that we suggested.
No.
Dang.
I know. She didn't go with what we suggested.
Dang. Well, maybe the next one.
Yeah. But she told me it's between this name and this name. And then she told my stepmom, well, the initials start with this. And I was like,
And then you figured it out.
Well, yeah, I was like, well, it's obviously that one.
Because she gave you 2 names. They started with different initials.
Yeah.
Deductive reasoning, Dane.
Exactly. It's exactly how I figured out that we were church planning in Oregon.
That's awesome. Well, you figured out that ahead of time?
Yeah, because deductive reasoning. Because our actual pastor told me, hey, we're visiting Oregon for Oregon State, and we're not going to visit any other place until we pray about if this will be the place that we want to church plant. And if it's not, then we'll go visit a different place. And I'm like, okay. And then all of a sudden, out of the blue, they're like, hey, we've decided on a place. And I go, oh, have you only visited one place? And they go, yeah. And I go, well, I know where it is then.
Did they say anything like, oh...
No, and I'm like, because once people don't understand that I'm always gathering information.
Always
gathering information, and I'm storing it away. And if I want to find out something, I'll
in your
probably
brain.
find out.
That's cool.
Yeah, and so that's number 3, cuffing season.
Was that 3 or 4?
That was 3.
Okay, what's number 4?
Number 4 is chili season.
Chili, because it's so cold.
I love chili. It's so delicious, and I love fall eateries because in the summer it's all like burgers and brats, and it's like,
burgers and brats are great.
They're okay.
They're great. They're so much better than chili.
No.
Yes, they are.
Absolutely not.
They are so much better.
Chili's way better.
How many chili restaurants do you see across the nation when burger places are everywhere?
Do you know a place named Burger, or do you know a place named Chili's?
Burger King.
Burger King sucks.
But it's still Burger King. That was a part of the question.
Burger King sucks.
Freddy's Burgers? I believe that's something.
It's Freddie's Steak Burgers.
Which is burgers.
It's a burger made of steak.
He does not have a good argument here.
Chili is so much better.
No, and also, does Chili's even serve chili?
Yes.
Have you had it?
Maybe.
No,
I don't remember.
They do.
I think I could have.
You just squeaked.
But I've ordered chili at Wendy's before, and it's very okay.
Chili's is the most overrated food of all time.
No one's ever had
during the fall.
No one's ever had a burger cook-off.
It's just because you're like, it's cold. Let's just throw all this random stuff together, which tastes pretty good, but there are much better options.
You know what else is random stuff put together? Soup.
And our podcast.
Also true. And burgers. Nobody knows what to put on a burger.
It's a burger.
Yeah, you have a meat. We don't know what kind of meat.
Burger.
Maybe.
Hamburger. It's made out of ham.
It's not made out of ham.
Why is it called a hamburger, Dane?
Exactly.
Get it right.
Some
I'm
people
winning
put
this
eggs
argument.
on there. Nobody puts eggs
That's
in chili.
delicious.
No. There's whole cook-offs for chili.
You don't think they have burger cook-offs?
I'm sure they do, but
There's
not
no burger competitions?
not to the same scale that we have chili cook-offs.
Also, we didn't even bring up brats are delicious.
brats are good.
Okay, so it's chili season?
Yeah, chili season.
Okay, that's pretty cool.
I don't like hot dogs because
Yeah, I mean, hot dogs aren't that great. That's why I said brats.
I don't like eating horse. So
That's all right. It grows on you.
no.
And then my final... Oh, wait. How many have I done?
What's brat made
I've
out
done
of?
3, so I have 2 more picks. And you've done 4 picks, which makes sense. So you have
Yes.
one more. My
no,
next...
what's brat made out of? I got it.
It's made out of something.
You
It
talk.
might, and there might be pig in there.
Made out of
Bratwurst.
Boom.
It's a mixture of things. I think pig is one of them.
It's made from pork, but can also be made of veal, beef, or a combination of meats. It better not be a combination of meats.
Yeah. Okay.
Pork,
so
veal, and sometimes beef.
Can I go?
I think it's pork.
Can I go?
Go ahead.
My last 2 picks. So best part of fall is not having to worry about my AC being broken because my heat does work in my car.
There you go.
So when it's this cool out, you don't need AC. Roll down the windows a little bit if it gets too toasty for some reason. But if not, just crank that heat and you feel good. Also, it's a lot easier to put on layers to warm up than it is to take off clothes while driving to cool down.
While
so
driving.
shout out to fall weather because it makes my car seem much more reliable than it is. Then my final pick, which honestly would have been number 1, but I knew you would not pick this fall activity, which is decorating for Christmas while listening to Christmas music, is
Terrible.
honestly probably the number 1 part of fall. It is fall season. No. It is Christmas season because we are in November and then there's December and it is just a great time. I mean, Black Friday, that is the day after Thanksgiving. And you know what you do then? You do Christmas shopping or you just buy tons of stuff for yourself.
I steal joy
But
from children.
Lots of people do Christmas shopping. And you know what? That is in November, but it's actually Christmas time.
No.
Man, I went to that, again, I said the Dolly Parton Stampede. It was the Christmas show. Silver Dollar City, they have their Christmas decorations up for arguably their most popular festival of the year. Lights are going up. Joy is going up. Vibes are going up. Vote Christmas 2024.
Vote Christmas.
I have rested my case. What is your final pick for your favorite thing of
Christ
fall?
being born is a fun time.
It is.
Except for it was done in September or October.
That's, again, they're always kind of guessing. No one knows for sure.
My last one is I'm tied. There's a lot of good ones here.
It has so many options.
Probably
You don't sound very confident.
deer conservation with my family.
Shooting them deers.
Yeah, going deer hunting. It's fun. I like going with my family and doing it. It's an age-old tradition. Been doing it since I was 7 years old. And once again, I like deer hunting. It's fun when you see deer. Deer hunting and fishing are the same to me, where it's like when you're seeing deer, catching fish, a lot of fun. But if you're not, you're just like, man, what am I doing?
But how do you like this as one of your top picks when Lindsay's better than
She's
you?
not better at me than it. She sucks. Lindsay did not kill a buck last year, and I did.
We talked. Listen to last year's episodes. We don't know which one, so just listen to all of them up to this point.
Yeah.
So you know.
And so also now Daniel Reed is into hunting, and Mark loves hunting with all of us, and they won't be hunting with us this year because Lindsay can't not get pregnant, and so here we are. And can't travel this time. Blah, 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 blah. And whatever, Lindsay. You just don't want to hang out with Dad. That's what this is about. How come you hate Dad, huh?
Are we talking about you or your actual dad?
Lindsay hates Dad.
Okay.
Yeah.
You didn't clarify which one we're talking about here.
Mark.
Okay. Well, to reiterate, my picks were Thanksgiving, the World Series, friends coming back into town for nice bike rides, not having to worry about AC being broken because my heat does indeed work, and decorating for Christmas while listening to Christmas music. Dane, what were your 5 picks once again?
So my picks were deer conservation, because obviously. Football, because of obviously. Cuffing season, because you know it is.
Chili.
Chili season, because, holla at your boy. And then I chose the fall weather. That was also a good one, too. I have several honorable mentions. Would you like to hear them?
Sure, do it.
So I wrote down 13 things.
Gosh.
So I wrote bonfires. Bonfires are fun.
Bonfires is solid.
Yep.
Remember, these are all honorable mentions. These do not go towards the official vote.
So true.
Honorable mentions.
I put snow question mark.
Which kind of goes with Christmas.
No, it goes with both. And I put the election.
It really stinks. It's only every 4 years you can truly embrace it.
Exactly. That's why I wrote it this time. Running season's better. It's so much better.
That is true.
Yeah, you can wear better clothes, like better outfits.
Depends how you dress.
That's true. You can go on hikes.
You can do that. Yeah, it's better.
It's better.
I do agree it's better during the fall because I feel like you worry less about like snakes or insects or just
sweating your butt off.
Else. Yeah.
Home decorating.
With Christmas.
No, I put one pumpkin on my porch and that's it. 2 pumpkins technically. A white one and an orange one.
I figured you'd have 2 pumpkins.
Yep. And then the last one that I'm probably most excited about, themed parties. Like Halloween,
Christmas.
Friendsgiving,
Christmas,
Veterans Day assemblies,
Arbor
Day.
Veterans Day assemblies slapped back in the day during high school. They were awesome. Like, oh, we get an assembly right now?
Yeah, we get an assembly
Let's
for
go.
this. There's literally no reason, but okay.
I mean, there's a reason.
There is a reason.
Yeah,
but when you're a kid, you're thinking,
it's a reason for the season. Yeah.
Yeah, celebrating our veterans.
Did you have any others, or do you want to go into your next part 36 of your thing? You know, that thing you do?
Our next thing is part 36 of Dane's manifesto. If you're walking, you know what to do. You go ahead and sit down on that ground wherever you are. If you are driving, go ahead and just take the keys out of the ignition. I don't care if you put it in park. Just don't do it. But also, as a PSA, please put it in park before you take the keys out of your car. I'm not asking you to choose violence. And now we're on to part 36 of Dane's manifesto. I wrote a little thing. This one's going to be less funny this week.
Dane, what did you write?
And more serious. And so for a lot of people who are training for running season right now, it's why are you doing the dang thing? And so I started thinking about why am I doing this? Because like there's a lot of races where I want to run and win. And this one is...
There's a lot of what?
Run and win.
No, there's a lot of what?
Races.
Okay.
Yeah, what do you think I said?
There's another word that sounds close.
Racist?
There's a bunch of racist.
There are a bunch of racists.
Keep going.
No, there's a lot of races that people are training for right now. And I start thinking about why am I truly doing this? Like a lot of them I seek to win, and I am seeking to win this one. However, we're looking at the odds. Not very likely that I win this race.
However, don't give up. You can still poison everybody.
Exactly. Dang it. The poison, especially for Cusco.
Cusco.
And so... I was like, man, you know, this is the one that I had penciled on my calendar ever since getting my port taken out and getting out of cancer, and looking at literally 1 year ago at this time, I was in the hospital going through chemo, and now I'm about to go run the dang thing.
Let's go.
And so it's like this, people. It's like I'm doing this for all the people who have ever sat in the doctor's room and had them walk in with that sad look on their face and say, is there anyone I can be with you right now? And I'm doing this to prove to myself and to everyone that you can take your best swing, and yeah, I'm going to be loud on the canvas, but I'm going to get up because it ain't over and the bell hasn't sounded, and it's time to start hitting back. It's time that we run this race. I'm not here to take it easy. I'm here to run this race, and this year when I complete it, we're gonna vow to do it again next year, and we're going for a sub 3 hour marathon.
Let's do it. Get on your feet.
Get on your feet, people, in your cars and at home.
Next year going for sub 3 hours?
It's gonna be great.
I was like, that's fast.
That's so fast.
That's really fast.
I heard a thing that said the difference in marathon running between like casual runners and elite runners is the sub 3 hour marathon. And I'm like, oh man.
Yeah.
Because you got to run a 6:50 pace for 25 miles or 26 miles.
It's fast.
I'm like, I can't even run a 5K that fast right now.
Yeah, that's fast.
And so, well, I might be able to run a 5K that fast, but I'm just like, that's crazy. And so I'm like, that's the goal though, because you do that, and the basketball marathon is a qualifier for Boston. And one of my bucket list items is to qualify for Boston. And so that would be pretty cool to go and do that. And there was, the last thing I'll say is a doctor said something like this, that a therapist said this, that there's a correlation between people who have had significant trauma in their life and endurance sports. And so here we are.
You did it.
We're doing the thing. And so that is part 36 of Dane's manifesto. Why are you doing this?
That was beautiful, Dane.
I know, inspiring to the people.
Well, it's time for the next part of our episode. Yes, it is time for some voice memos.
Call me Big Man if you wanna reach me, when you wanna face me. It's okay whenever you need me, baby. Call me Big Man if you wanna reach me. Call me Big Man if you wanna reach me.
welcome back.
That's the best one that you put on there. That's awesome. Impossible,
It was
baby.
hard to cut it exactly how I needed to. I'm like, I am going into this YouTube video, pausing it right when I need to, trying to copy it over. And I'm like, this has to be clean. And I'm like, I'll go with it.
You should have cut it at whenever it cut everything. It was like, call me, beat me if you want to reach me.
I almost did, but it started going into like the next sound too much, and I think it would have sounded weirder stopping there, because I would have liked to do that, but they literally started saying like the next thing.
Wow.
So
us having drops for every segment is so much better.
Yeah, do you like that?
Yeah.
It is pretty good. And there's still more drops to add, but I only did a few last week, and then I was like, I can get some more input from you. But anyways, Jack Holmgren, yes, joked with Jack. It can be a great time, and it can be a sad time. It can be a questionable time, and it can be an enjoyable time. There can be all kinds of times, but it all depends on what Jack Holmgren decides to send us during the week. So we will listen in to this joke from Jack. We hope it makes us laugh, but you never know what he might send.
What up, guys? We're back with Jokes with Jack. I hope you enjoyed this one this week. So when my grandmother turned 70, she started walking 10 miles every single day. She's 94 now, and we still have no idea where she is.
It was a little better.
So when she was how old? She started walking 10
She's
miles?
70, 10 miles each day, and now 24 years later, which is a lot of miles. They're like, we don't know where she is.
Yeah, she's walking
walked away.
everywhere. She walked away.
Yeah. Well,
Started walking 10 miles.
that was pretty. I honestly didn't know which route you're going to go with that, especially when you mentioned her age being 70. I went to a different route in my mind, so I'm glad that you decided to go the walking route.
I feel like I don't get it.
You don't get it?
I don't know.
She started walking 10 miles every day, and now she's 94, and she's walked away from them.
Yeah.
Like she's just constantly walking, and they don't know where she is.
I feel like there's a punchline that I'm missing.
Because she just keeps walking.
I know.
Like picture she's walking like across the country.
Right. Like Forrest Gump.
So she started walking 10 miles each day, and they haven't been able to find her.
10 miles. I feel like there's a pun in there somewhere.
Because some people walk,
What?
like you exercise, you walk 10 miles, and you start at your house and you end at your house.
Right.
She's just walking away.
I know.
So she just keeps walking in a straight line.
I know.
And she's going on forever.
I know.
And they haven't been able to find her.
I feel like there's got to be something funnier with this.
That's it. That's literally the joke.
Well, it's not a joke then. It's just a statement.
Oh man. I can understand why it's funny, and you just don't get it. Jack, you got to do something really crazy to get Dane back. I think he's starting to fall off the Jack train.
Falling off the Jack wagon.
The Jack wagon's good. You need to come back with something incredibly strong to win back Dane. Also, look, you can see us in the window. Do you see the reflection of us coming from my screen? Maybe I can just see it. That's cool. This is nice. I'm looking at us, looking at you, looking at us. Anyways, besides that, so we had the voice memos last week from Lindsay Reed. And I responded to her, letting her know we were listening to those voice memos, and they were hilarious. They were great on so many levels. But she also messaged us back after I originally told her about these, and she wanted us, I believe, to read these on the pod, and I didn't do it at that point because I didn't know about it, but I'll read it this week. So she said, so much more happened yesterday, but it's just negative stories that aren't worth sharing, LOL. If you see this, on Wednesday, a different voice said, Mrs., you're a lot bigger than you were last year, to which I said, uh-huh. And he said, you look so much older with the belly. How much older, I asked. He goes, like 40.
She is 40, fun fact. Very old.
Ancient, but not really. She's solid. She gives us some great joy,
Solidly
and we were
old.
laughing so much at your stories last week, Lindsay. So shout out to you. Shout out to you. So besides those voice memos and messages, we also received some Spotify responses, in the polls to our episode number 96, which I entitled Dane's Revenge Tour. I'm going to read off these and we'll just kind of go with it. So Jack Holmgren put, for the first time ever, Samuel was more illiterate than Dane this episode.
So true.
You don't even re-listen. You don't know if I was illiterate.
I don't know what happened.
Yeah, I think I sent him a message back and it didn't make a lot of sense. So maybe that's why I'm illiterate, because I just don't make sense.
I get that.
Reiner put, I'll care about how Mr. Adams spells his first name when he becomes a relevant receiver again, because he spelled Devontae Adams incorrectly.
That's fair.
Also, I found out that Reiner is the individual in our fantasy football league, like Ryan Rockwell, I believe.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's kind of cool. Ali Hoopy put, I'm super stoked about Forrest deluxe album coming out. I also commented, and I'm convinced my name will be on the album cover. I ordered some Friday paddles with code Samuel14434. I didn't even have to look up the numbers as they are forever in my brain. An even better code than Samuel14434 is no, that's explicit, Ali. I can't read that code that you try to put there. And then she put just saying, so that's pretty cool.
Is it her code?
It may be.
Dang it.
Angela Birdwell put Dane's characters, because again, we are comparing ourselves to animated characters. We asked for suggestions last week. Do you remember that?
Maybe.
Bit? Where you gave me characters and I said you were like the guy from Family Guy.
Yeah, I remember things like that.
Yeah, sort of.
Yeah.
And I said you were like Dash because you run a lot.
I do run a lot.
Okay, well, anyway, Angela put Dane's characters. Marty, the zebra from Madagascar. Mike Wazowski from Monsters, Inc.
I agree
and
with that one.
Cusco from Emperor's New Groove.
I certainly agree with Cusco. Like, that's so accurate.
And then she put Samuel's characters. Woody from Toy Story. Makes sense. He's pretty tall, kind of a cowboy.
True.
Prince Eric from The Little Mermaid, because I guess I'm just dashingly good looking.
Whoa, calm down.
And maybe because there's water in that movie. And then she put James P. Sullivan, also Sully, from Monsters, Inc., which I am so happy about because that is voiced by the John Goodman, who I have met, who is a Missouri State University alum. So shout out.
How come I'm Mike Wazowski and he's Sully?
Because why not?
I'm not filling up your scare tank for you.
You're doing it with the jokes. I'm doing it with the scares. And then she put Bingo is a favorite. Eggnog is not. So thank you, Angela. Tristy put Dane is Phineas. Samuel is Ferb.
Tristy, who are you?
It's Tristy. I said she listens to the Ghostrunners podcast as well. But those are her suggestions. So you're Phineas, I'm Ferb. I'm probably because I'm taller.
Because I come up with the good ideas.
Probably a little crazier. And I'm also British. And then Joshua put Strava tax is real.
It is.
I know. That's what you've been saying this whole time.
That reminds me. My friend Becky called me out last week for slandering her on the podcast.
Oh, she listened?
Yeah. She sent me a voice memo and said, randomly on a whim, listen to the podcast. And you slandered me because you said I beat you by 15 minutes. Apparently, she stopped to use the restroom and then continued running.
So I was correct when I said she probably stopped for a minute because that's what happens and you can count your time still.
Yeah.
So I was correct and you just, yeah. I don't know.
You were somewhat correct.
Yeah. Hopefully she listens this week so she knows that we are explaining what she said to us.
So Becky, I want to apologize and I'll see you, or you ran a good half marathon yesterday at the Bass Pro half marathon.
Exactly.
And I'll see you at Run Club on Saturday.
Shut up. And then we had the poll question. Who best represented their co-hosts with animated character comparisons? And it was either Dane had better picks or Samuel had better picks. And with 57.1% of the vote, the people have voted that Samuel had better picks.
I told you were Edna Mode, Zazu from The Lion King, Champ from Anchorman, and Mr. Krabs.
And I guess they thought I was better. But also, if you decide to vote this week, the results might change. So there is that.
The results may vary.
And then we had some other old responses I'll read off really quick. Elizabeth Virgil responded on episode 95, which was AI does not know the president. And she put, I absolutely listened to I'll Make a Man Out of You right after this episode. Dane's manifesto about Mulan was amazing. Loved how feminist this episode was.
Thank
Smiley
you.
emoji.
Who said that?
Elizabeth Virgil.
Let's go. Yeah.
And then I'll just read one more of these off from episode 49, which was Dane Predicts the Future, featuring Michael Fuller. Jack Holmgren responded, it's very much like the touch points on the baseball field. Based. And because on the question, so it's just like, what did you think about this episode? So again, he was saying it's like the touch points of the baseball field. It's based. Based
their
episode.
bases. Yeah.
Yeah. Do I want to read one more or no?
Yes, you do.
Okay, the last one, again, from Jack Holmgren. He responded with this 4 months ago, and it was on episode 48, which was the fall of Chuck E. Cheese. And the question we left on this episode was, what's your strangest holiday tradition?
Yeah.
And he responded with, my dad puts together a Christmas morning scavenger hunt with clues and a prize.
That's fun.
Samuel and Dane, thank you very much for expressing your creativity and joy with this podcast. You both bless me greatly.
I'm not very creative, so I reject your thank you.
Exactly. So on that note, we will stop reading off these responses, and eventually we will catch up on all these. We might do it by the end of the year. That would be kind of cool. What else do we got? We've done jokes with Jack, Lindsay read messages, Spotify responses. We would do Apple reviews if you guys would leave some more. So there you go. You can be featured on the pod if you leave those Apple reviews. But, I think it is time for sponsors of the week, which I don't have a drop for yet. And our number one sponsor of the week is Jesus Christ of Nazareth.
We love Jesus.
We do. And he has his book called the Bible, which tells all about him. And
Bestseller this year.
It's always like number one bestseller. Exactly. Sells more books than anything else.
Most stolen book, too.
True, which is whoever steals it probably needs it.
Maybe.
They have these chapters and verses and stories and everything else, which are all true. But Dane decided that he wants to share some of these verses and called a verse of the week. And Dane, what is your verse of the week this week?
I've been thinking about lately how a lot of the prayers that or Psalms that you can see in the Bible or prayers that you see too is giving a lot of adoration towards God. And I think whenever I come to God, a lot of times I'm just like, Lord, please give me this, give me this, give me this, give me this. And I'm treating him more like a genie in a bottle than a good father that is directing my life and has a better a way for me. And so the verses that I have here are Psalm 8, 3 and 4, which is when I look at your heavens, the work of your fingers, the moon and the stars which you have set in place. What is man that you are mindful of him, and the son of man that you care for him? And I just start thinking about if the Lord wanted to, he could just take you out right now. You look at Ananias and Sapphira in Acts, just see ya, they're dead. And all the plagues that happened, in Egypt, they're dead. And it's man, the Lord, created this life and he can do what he pleases. And so if he wants you to be taken out right now, then yes. And also, there was sermon feedback this week that and the person who's preaching the sermon said was going to include the quote of if everything's not good, then God's not done. And I was like, hey, I don't think you should include that. And they were like, explain. And I was like, yeah, well, because we have a lot of college students in the audience, and also there's a lot of new believers in the audience, frankly, too, where they think that if they're not seeing anything positive in their life in a certain area of their life, then maybe God's not done with that. And it's well, there's many examples in the Bible of people being promised something and they never see it in their lifetime.
It happens way after the fact.
Yeah, it happens way after the fact. Or it may never happen because God's ways are higher than our ways. And I start thinking about just a lot of hey, is this what I want, or is this what God wants to do through me? And the constantly getting out of my own way and starting to proclaim Christ, that's got to be a thing. And I think that I don't spend enough time in adoration of the Lord currently. And that's what's on my mind. And that was our verse of the week.
Also, just kind of going off that and further reiterating the point, people get really sick and die.
Yeah.
And if that's the whole quote right there would just not add up there either.
Yeah.
It seems like they just wanted something catchy. It's that's not good. So I'm glad you called him out on that.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't necessarily call him out. I was just like, hey, I think you should explain what's going on here, because
do they preach it to everybody, or that's cool.
Well, as far as the run through, yeah, it's anybody on staff that wants to come in or has time to come
add hey, I don't think this is biblically sound, or add other points or something.
Well, we do good, bad, missing, and confused. So it's what did you do right? We start with that every time. Hey, I thought this was great. This was really good, and this, and it's hey, this was missing. I think you should put this in here. What was confusing? Hey, you might, and that's what I basically said. I was this can be kind of confusing to people who don't understand how God works.
How many times did they make a joke and you're like, don't put that in there?
I
feel like there's some jokes or things said sometimes. I'm like, I feel like that would get caught, but I don't know.
Yeah. I mean, it depends too, because they're giving us to this on Thursday. And so they still have Friday, Saturday, and Sunday morning before they
add
even
more stuff.
Yeah. To add stuff. And they always say, yeah, I'm going to workshop this, add some of those things in there. And it's and we also have a wrong category. Is this blatantly you cannot put that in there?
Yeah. That is not actually what the Bible says whatsoever.
Yeah. And which that hardly ever happens. But the confused one, I would say confused and missing happen a lot. And that's the part where the people really is they're hey, give me some more ideas, give me feedback on this. And I'm just yeah, I haven't been in a situation where that's happened yet. Nobody's critiqued me yet on like a talk that I'm doing. I mean, they've critiqued me on a talk I'm doing, but nobody's ever heard it beforehand.
Wait, was this for like the main sermon or was this for like the kids?
No, this is the main sermon.
Okay. But do you have to give your kids sermon also?
No.
Okay.
I don't have to do it. And I'm like,
you said that no one's critiqued you, and that's what confused me.
Yeah, no one's critiqued anything that I've given kids.
Okay, I see now. I see.
Yeah, they just trust whatever I'm going to say, which, to be fair, there's not time to critique every talk that we're going to do.
Yeah, and some of those definitely are, if you're with a lot younger kids, so you can be more straight to the point, and it's not as high understanding like concepts. Mm-hmm. So,
and we also do the SALT one too. So the college ministry, we'll do that one too, usually.
Makes sense because that's also being preached in front of hundreds of people.
Yeah.
So that's probably smart, making sure like all of them are sound.
700 college kids.
Shout out. And shout out to our number one sponsor of the week, Jesus Christ of Nazareth. Number two sponsors of the week, Jake Trust and Art, Jake's Body Shop, Reverend Banks. You do all the things, get the art, work out, and preach the gospel. And that's all of our sponsors right there.
I'll see all three of them in the next 24 hours.
That's great.
It's crazy.
So awesome. Give them a big hug and maybe a kiss.
I'm going to fight all of them.
Do it. And the final, we got the sponsors of the week. Number 3, Forrest Frank and his deluxe edition album he dropped the other day. I don't know if we talked about it last week, but he put on his story. He was like, hey, for this deluxe edition, I'm going to write down anybody's name who comments on this Instagram post. But of course, like 25,000 people commented.
Oh, yeah.
And he did release the album, and I was trying to read, and I don't think my name made it.
Boo.
But it did look like he wrote probably at least a couple hundred names. So maybe I just missed it. But if it would have been written on there, that would have been dope. That would have been so cool, so awesome. But instead, I'll just have to listen to the great music that Forrest Frank drops, some of which were on that album itself. So shout out to you, Forrest Frank. Man.
Garlic cheesy bread.
Yeah. Finally, episode 100 is fastly approaching us. This is 97. We only got 98, 99, and then 100, which means you only have a couple weeks to send us any ideas or thoughts or voice memos or whatever else you want us to do or want us to play on the podcast for episode 100. If you have any main ideas for us to do as our main topics, we could also do that as well. But please send those in to the Instagram or leave voice memos or whatever else. You know what to do. And then also reach out if you want to make some clips for us, because as we've mentioned, Joshua Schmidt, shout out in the Main Wagon podcast. He's a very busy guy, does not have a lot of time. So clips have slowed down drastically because neither myself or Dane know how to do it properly. Or know how to do it in an efficient manner.
That's it.
So that would help if you guys want to do that.
I have zero editing skills. Samuel has some editing skills, but he has to edit the podcast itself.
And I have a lot of other stuff I have to do too. So
true. We work full-time jobs.
Let us know. Also, Friday Pickleball. If you need 2 pickleball paddles for $98 or 2 for $138, like Ali Hoopy did, use the code Samuel14434 to get your Friday Pickleball paddles. And then Dane, as we've already mentioned multiple times,
that's Dane.
His ministry support link is still in the bio. So if you want to help him out, because it all is support raised, that would be great. Just make sure to send him either an Instagram message or the Until Next Week podcast Instagram a message, so that way the church can properly track those payments. And then also keep telling your friends if you enjoy the pod. Please, please, please steal their phones, subscribe them, or just have them listen, because if you're this far, you're probably enjoying the pod, which means other people in your life would also enjoy the pod. We don't really know how to promote a podcast besides telling you to tell others. So please, please, please do that. That would be awesome. And then also, please leave 5 stars. If you have not, leave us those voice memos as we mentioned. Follow our Instagram and TikTok, which could be bopping and popping once again someday soon. And then also, thank you again for listening to episode 97 of the Until Next Week podcast.
Bye.